really or not, that's another case. But anyway, most of you, do all of you have your worksheets with you? Yes. I'm going to switch off my camera video ready. Oh, wait, say hi first. Okay, so we are going to do about this worksheet for today. Is other forms of the proportion. Now, for us, let's do a quick revision on what type of proportions we have learned. So first one is we have direct proportion. Okay, if it's direct proportion, y is directly proportional to x, for example, it'd be y equals to k times x. Okay, but if it's inverse proportion, right? So if they say y is inversely proportional to something, to x, for example, it'll be y equals to k divided by something. Okay, then we also can have other types of proportion where the x can be x squared, square root of x, x cubed, and other things like that. So this is the first two things that we must know. Okay, now usually what we are given numbers, okay, to help us to find the k, and then after that we can find some of the values to calculate values. But today's this worksheet is a little bit special because there is very little numbers to work with. Okay, it goes more by logic explanation. Okay, so let's begin with the first question over here. This one says P is proportional to Q cube. When they never say inversely proportional, then it must be directly proportional. Okay, if it's directly proportional, so P equals to, can anyone tell me, is it K times or K divide? Respond. K times or K divide? You shine, then you type in the chat also can. Hello. K times or K divide? Directly proportional. K times or K divide? Show your answer.
Times.
Yes, thank you very much. So in this case, this is K times, correct. Thank you, Brian, also. Right, so P is directly proportional to Q cube. So this is K times Q cube. So I put Q cube. Right, normally they will give us numbers for us to find what is the K. But in this case, this is very special. They say that P equals to 24. They give you the number 24. But then they never give you what is the Q for a particular value of Q. I don't know what is Q. Okay. Then now the question say, find the value of P when this value of Q is half. Half means what? Half means the Q now becomes half of Q. Oh, 这是修一下，它是修。Right, half meaning that this value of Q is now become half of Q. Okay, but we have to remember something over here. We highlight, let me highlight this portion. This one here, what is so special about Q? Q is cube. Okay, so what we do now is our next step, we will write in, if I want to find the new value for P, a new different value of P, when Q is now half of Q. It's still K times something, but what is so special? What do we need to do to the Q? You might need to cube it, right? So this means I will take my half, I cube it, take the cube, I also cube it. Then I see, what did they tell me just now? They say P is equals to 24. What I'm going to do now, P was originally 24. So this means I'm going to take the new value here now. I take half, I cube it, times 24. Okay, I repeat again. They say P is originally 24. What is P? P is made up of K times Q cube, right? So you notice the K times the Q cube change to the number 24 here. Then what is so special? The thing down here got a half with a cube. So what I need to do, I take the half, I cube it, then I multiply to the number that they give me. Then I'll calculate this. What answer is this? Anyone got the number? What's the number for this one? Half whole thing cube times 24. So this number will be the answer 3. Okay. Let me use this example. I give you one more example. Maybe you're not very sure what this thing is talking about. Let's say I give you P is equals to maybe 16 for a particular value of Q. I give you another example. Okay, let's say P equals to 16. Then they tell you Q is now doubled. What is going to be the new value for P? If I want to find the new value for P, I plug this into my equation. My equation is K times Q cubed, right? So it will be K times, but what happens to P now? What happens to P now? No, not P. What happens to Q now? Can you all tell me what does this mean? Q is double. Means what? No response. Why you all so quiet? I thought in class you all very noisy one. Then how come suddenly becomes so quiet? What double means what? Half means times half lah. Half, right? What is double? What is double? What's the meaning of double? Everyone? Oh, you're still writing. Okay, I write. I let you write. What do you mean by Q is double? The rest times the no need the half, just the number means times 2, right? Yes, times 2. Yes, correct. So now this Q now change to 2 times Q. Okay, but we must remember, what do we need to do to it? We need to cube it. So we add a cube, we add a cube. Okay, we need to cube it. So we add a cube, we add a cube. Then what was the value that they give me? 16, right? So this whole thing, the one in black color, now this one becomes 16. So this will be 16. And I have a 2 cube here times the number 16. Then I'll get my answer. That will be 8 times 16 to give me the number 1, 2. Okay, so got 2 types of example. Okay, so first thing, what is the trick? The trick is to look at the question. The question say, what was the which color? The question say half. Then I take half, but it says cube it. So I add a cube to the half. Then they give me a number 24. I take that number times the half cube. Then I get my answer. Or for example, in this case, cube is double. Double, like what y'all tell me, means times 2, right? So I times 2. I times a 2 down here. But here got a power function, cube it. So I cube the thing. Okay, then after that, they say here got a number 16. I take the 2 cube times the 16. Then I get my answer straightforward, directly. Okay, cannot. Okay, don't understand, never mind. We do a few more other questions. We practice along the way slowly. You're done writing, then I move on to the next question. If you are done writing, maybe you can give me a thumbs up. Then I see you're okay, then I move on. One person, the rest, okay, not can. Okay, Jane, okay? Danny, okay? Danny. Okay, okay, can. Danny, are you still there, Danny? Okay. Can I?
Yeah. I okay.
You finish writing already not?
Yeah.
Okay, then I go on to the next question already. So now we have similar concept, but it's inversely proportional. F is inversely proportional to square of D. First thing, square of D means D must square the thing. F is inversely proportional. Question, F inversely proportional. K times or K divide? K times or K divide? You can type your answers inside, I see.
K divide.
Yes, thank you very much. K divide square of D. So it means D must square it, square of D. They tell you F is equals to 10 for a particular value of D. I don't know what is this value of D, but they say find the value of F when this value of D is double. So the D is double. Become how many? What is double? What does double means? Any K divide, yes, they told me. What does double means now? What does double mean? D double. Double of D will become how many D? Double of D is how many D? Times 2, yes. So now I will have a F new value. It is still K divided by something, but the D now becomes 2 times of D. So it now becomes 2 times of D. But we must remember, what do we need to do to the D? We need to square it, right? So we need to square the 2, square the D. Yes, is it okay? Right, so we must square both the 2, square both the D. Next slide, I think, oh, what number do I have? They tell me F equals to the number 10. 10 is K and D squared. So K and D squared becomes the number 10. So now I take 10. The 2 square is in the denominator, right? Divide by 2 square. So 10 divided by 4. Answer will be 2.5. Okay? Try. Okay, if you are okay, I give you one more question, right? If I say F inversely proportional, this one actually need to write. The question already given. F inversely proportional to square D. I say F equals to maybe what number can I give? Anyhow lah, maybe F equals to 100. Okay, for a particular value of D. Fine. Okay, this value of D when find F when D is tripled. How to spell TRIPLE? This one. How to do this? If the question is like that, D is tripled, what does this mean? When I say D is tripled, what does it mean? Anyone? D is tripled. Just now double means times 2. Yeah, somebody actually Samsung wrote times 3. Sarah also wrote times 3. Very good, right? So this one, the D now becomes times 3. So it's 3 times of D times 3. So how do we find the new value? F, the new value is we follow the equation. K divide, somebody left. K divide by, now the D changed to what number? Is it still D now? No, right? The D now changed to what? 3D. But we must remember something. What do we need to do to the D over here? We need to square. Okay? So this one is something additional you must remember. You have to square. Then now the next line, they say F is originally 100. It means this portion here is 100. Yes, thank you, Danish, for coming back. So this whole thing means I take originally is 100. The 3 square is at the bottom. So I take this divided by 3 square. Then I'll get my answer 100 over 9, for example. Okay? Got an idea? Right? I roughly go through again. Wait, this one you all finish writing first? If you finish writing already, let me know, give me a thumbs up. Oh, Danish switch on his video. Right, if you finish writing, give me a thumbs up. Okay, Kansh is done. Kimi done, Samsu done. Okay, can. So I move on already. I just roughly summarize again. If it's directly proportional, it's k times something, right? If they say it's half, the thing is half, then now the number I have an additional half over here. But I must read the question. The question say got a cube it, so I must cube the thing, right? Then if they give me the number 24, I take the half cube times the number 24, okay? But if it's inversely proportional, it means k divide, right? So now what else did they say? They say d is double times 2. So now it becomes 2d. But I must remember, here it says need to square it. So I have a square, I have a square. Then the original number is 10. I take 10, I divide by the 2 square. Then I get my answer. Okay, so the concept is something like that. Okay, straightforward, don't need to do until too difficult. Let's try the next question. What happens if I give you now in terms of percentage? Okay, first part, the working still stays the same type of pattern, only need to understand a little bit more about percentage. Y is inversely proportional to square root of x. Inversely proportional. So y equals to, can anyone tell me what is inversely proportional? K times or K divide? Let's see who's the fastest finger. K times or K divide? Yes. Oh, Phyllis fastest. Okay, so it's K divide. Now, this part, what does this statement here means? How to draw? Yes, Angelica says that's fast. So what does this square root of x means? What's the square root of x? Y'all know what's the square root of x? Square root of x looks like that, right? Square root of x. So this one over here is square root x. Okay. We also have the same thing. Y equals to 12 for a particular value of x. So y is equals to 12. I don't know what's the x value. But now they tell me this portion over here, x is increased by 300%. Uh-oh. What do you mean by increase by 300%? Originally it's 100%. I increase by another 300%. What does it become? How many percent? Hi, Bilkis. Yes, 400. Samsu. Okay, very good. So I have 400%, right? So if 100% is x, 400% will be how many x? Hey, hello, respond. X is increased by 300%. Yeah, Sarah got the answer correct. Good. Okay, X is increased by 300%. So 100%, I add another 300%, become 400%. If it's 100%, it is X, correct? So 400% will now be how many X? That will become 4X. Okay, so this part we must be clear, right? Ready? This part we must clear. So now I continue with my equation. I want to find the new value for my y. Is k divide. What is x now? X now is the new value of x now here is 4x. So I put.
Tristan just woke up.
Yeah, I saw the chat group. Ask if he can join, ask him to join. I saw a chat group, ask if he can join, ask him to join. Right? Okay. But what else must I do to it? Do I just put 4x like that over here? What else must I do to it? Everyone, hello. Can you tell me what else I need to do to it? What is the power here? There's something special. What's something special here? What is this one? What do I need? What is this? What do I need to do to the 4x? Anyone? Yes, square root. Okay, very good. What about the rest? You all know it's square root or not? This one is the square root symbol. So in this case, there's a square root over there. We must make sure we remember to take square root. Okay, so we must make sure we remember to take square root. But when I take square root, my number, let me do a little bit. Okay, what is square root for? What is square root for? What is square root for? Nobody tell me. This one, 4 and the square root of x here is originally the number. What is the number they give me? 12, right? So my next step will be equals to 12 divided by square root of 4. Then calculate your number. 12 divided by square root 4 is what? Answer. 6. Okay. What's happening on the other side, the chat group there? Crystal, hurry. I'm finishing soon already. Okay, so in this case, we have this answer here. Okay, so when it increased by 100%, it means from 300%, originally 100%, I add another 300%, becomes 400%. Okay, so originally 100% is x unit, 400% will be 4x. So I plug it inside, I will get 4x. So this one is square 4, right? The x, but they say got a square root, so I must remember to add a square root. Then next, they tell me y is equals to 12. So I take 12, divide by the square root of 4. Then I calculate my answer. Okay, just a word of caution to highlight. Increase by 300% and increase to 300%. What is the difference? Increase by, or somebody left, increase by 300% means I add another 300%, right? But if it's increased to 300%, means it will be exactly 300%. Okay, increase by is I add another 300%. That means, oh, hi, Tristan. Hi, Tristan. Tristan, do you have yesterday's, the worksheet that I gave out yesterday? Okay, maybe you can start copying from question 3 onwards. Give you some time, or you haven't found the paper, then you just attend lesson and listen first, it's okay. Later you can copy after that. Okay, now increase by means I add another 300%. It will become 400%. But if I increase to, it means it's directly 300%. Then that will be 3 times. So these two words have a little bit of difference in their meaning. So make sure you interpret it correctly. Okay, we are left with 2 more questions to the end of our lesson. Okay, let's try this together. Next page. Oh, wait, I forgot to ask. Have you all finished copying? You all want to copy? Those who finish copying, let me know, a thumbs up, then I go on to the next page. Okay, I'll wait a few more. Jane, Danny, Danish, are you all done copying? Brian, are you done copying? Jane, what is the facial symbol? What is this? The rest, The rest, are you all done? Tristan, maybe you pay attention first instead of finding the paper. You can I send you the soft copy. You copy later. Brian, you done? Brian never replied me. Okay, done. All right. Then I go on to the next question. Next question. Okay, this one says the braking distance D directly proportional to the square of the speed. D directly proportional. They say the speed is what? P, right? So D is directly proportional. K times or K divide? Anyone? Wow, so fast. Sarah, K times, yes, K times. But what did they say here? Square of the speed. My speed is given to be P, right? So it's P. What do I need to do to it? What does this word mean? What do I need to do to it? Oh, okay, still copying. Okay, done. Right, this one, square of it. Square of it is not, what is this square of it? What does square of it mean? Square of the speed. What do I need to do? What power do I need to put down here? Power 2, right? So I need to have P square. P, we square it. Okay? But that's for part B. Let's see part A. Part A say when the speed is increased by, so originally 100%, increased by means I add another 200%. What does it become? What does it become? Originally 100%, I increase by another 200%. What does it become? Yes, becomes 300%. They say find an expression for the new speed. So originally 100% was P. 300% now becomes what? What does it becomes now? 100% is P. Yes. Billy's got 3P. So 300% now is 3P. So they say find an expression for new speed. So the new speed is 3P. So this one is my answer. New speed is 3P. They say the distance is how many? The distance is 6 meters. 6, huh? So now, okay. Wait, now I need to find the new braking distance. So I'll find the distance new. I follow. I have K times. But what happens to my P now? What happens to P? P now becomes 3P, right? So I have 3 and then P. But remember, what do we need to do to it? What do we need to do to the P and the number 3? Anyone knows? What do we need to do to the P and number 3? There's something down here. What do we need to do? Yes, we need to square the 3, square the P. Okay, then they tell me, oh, the distance is 6. That means this and this whole thing, this and this whole thing is all 6. So what do I do now? I take 6 times 3 squared. Then I calculate my number. 6 times 3 squared, 9 times 6, 54 meters. Answer. Is this okay? Can understand this question? Slowly the steps, part by part? Can or not? Is it okay? You need me to repeat again? I can repeat again. Okay, I repeat again now. So now the speed originally is 100%. They say increase by 200%. So I add another 200%, right? Then it becomes 300%. But they want an expression in terms of P. So 100% was P. Then 300% now will be 3 times of it. That will become 3P. Okay, then I follow my equation. So K, D equals to K times 3 and then P. But we must remember there is something here. There's a power. We need to square it. So I square the 3, I square the P. Square. Must remember the power square. Okay. Then they tell me the distance originally is 6. This means these two number originally is 6 because the 3 is something additional that we introduced, right? So it's 6 times, not just 3 only, but 3 square. Okay, remember to square the thing. Then we can get our new answer. Is that okay? Now then, you done writing? Have you done writing? You done writing? Then I will go on to the last question for the day. Then we are done. Those who are done writing? Yes, now done writing? Okay, very good. I go on to the next question. Yeah. Brian, you done? Are you done writing? Zishu, you done writing? Okay, okay. Okay, can then I go on to the last question for the day. Last question, let's do this quick, slowly. Okay, I need all your participation. You all can answer the questions, then we will finish faster. First part, P is inversely proportional to the square of Q. P inversely proportional. What do you think I will ask you? What can you tell me? P inversely proportional. Inversely means what?
Divide.
Yes, thank you. K divide. Now the next part, square or cube. What does this mean? Anyone? Square of cube. 还没有上课。Yeah. What's square of cube? Q what? Q do what to the Q? Q what? Eh, nobody answer me. Eh, want to go home or not? Quick, quick. Eh, no, you're already at home. Want to end lesson or not? Hurry up. Square of Q, Q square. Correct. Must remember to square the thing. So this is Q square. They tell me it's known that P equals to 4 for a particular value of Q. So I know P is the number 4. Find the value of P when this value of Q is triple. What does Q tripled means? From Q become what? Triple. From Q become how many Q? From Q become how many Q? Triple. Q become how many Q? 3Q. Yes, thank you. Yeah, are you the only one answering my question? The rest no or not? So Q becomes 3Q. So now I'm going to find P new value. K over the Q now becomes 3Q. Okay, but is this all? What do we need to do to it? What do we need to do? What do we need to take note of? What must we do? What do we need to do? Square. Yes, very good. We need to square. Only square one number or square both the number? Both. Square the number and the letter here, right? So 3 square, Q square. Then they originally tell me P equals to this. So this whole thing is now the number 4, right? So it's originally number 4. So it becomes 4 divided by 3 square. Then you get your answer. 4 divided by 3 square is a fraction. 4 over 9. Answer. That's all. Okay, any questions? Okay, let me repeat this one more time again. Okay, P is inversely proportional to square of Q. So it's K divide square of Q, Q square. So you must remember the square, the power here. Okay, they tell me P equals to 4 for a particular value. So P is equal to 4. So I know K and Q square, this part, the number is 4. But the Q now is tripled. So Q now is tripled.
No.
Yeah, who's fighting with you? Okay, so Q is tripled 3 times, right? So from Q times 3 becomes 3Q. So I write down 3Q. But we must remember, what do we need to do to it? We need to square over here. So we square this, okay? We square the thing, right? So after you square already, I know, oh, this whole number originally is 4, right? So it's now 4. Original number is 4. Divide by the something that's new. This is the 3 square. So we put 3 square here. Then simplify your answer. This one is your answer. Okay. Is there any big question? Can understand the concept a little bit? Can? Okay, you all finished writing already? All right. So this is my last question. I got no more other questions. Anyone need me to explain anything? Okay, if no need me to explain any other thing, you roughly got at least 50% of the idea. Okay, we will try to do this more again during revision. All right. If not, then end of lesson for today already. I see you for the next lesson. You can go off already. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, can.